Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about everything Killian Hayes, his previous history, his offseason plans. We're going to be speaking about Killian Hayes. But before we get into that, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 200 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I drop consistent Pistons content. Now let's get right into this. So Killian Hayes, he's a 20-year-old point guard for the Detroit Pistons, and he literally has everything except scoring. When he first came to the Pistons in year one, he was the starting point guard ahead of Derrick Rose. And during that first season, he came in with immediate defensive impact. He was a good rebounder for a point guard. Also, you could just see that he understands how to operate the floor when it comes to the game of basketball. A very good passer. And then also, he had a floater. Now, sometimes it went in, sometimes he didn't, but that was basically the only offensive skill that he really had in year one was his floater. He had little to no mid-range capability, and then from the three-point line, he was terrible year one. Then we go to year two, this previous season with the Pistons. Killian Hayes improved. I would say that this year, he was the best decision maker for the Pistons. I know it's arguable between, him and Cade Cunningham, but I'm going to give the nod to Killian Hayes as the best decision maker on the Pistons. I also believe that he was our best ball handler. Cade, as much as we love him, he made a lot of rookie mistakes last season, a lot of turnovers. Even someone who's a veteran, and Corey Joseph, made mistakes as well. So between all of the guards that we had, I trusted Killian Hayes the most when it came to handling the basketball. He was still a good rebounder for a point guard this last season. And then also, he upped his defensive play. He got a lot of steals. He put a lot more pressure on guards this season. Even when he played off-ball defense, I noticed that he improved in that area as well. Now, I don't know the statistics behind it, but it felt like he slightly improved his three-point shot. He looked more confident out there when it came to shooting it. Now, he still has a lot more work to do when it comes to that. And then also, the first half of the season compared to the second half of the season for Killian Hayes is something that was enjoyable to watch, because the first half was a little bit rough for the Pistons as a team overall. We were getting beat. We almost had the record for the most losses in a row in Pistons franchise history, so it was really rough for the Pistons and Killian Hayes. But once that second half of the season came, that's when we really started to see, Killian come into his own a little bit. We benched him, and we put him in a role that suits him as a guy on the bench who, passes the ball to Hamidou Diallo. And then the times when he gets to play with Marvin Bagley, he does the pick and roll there as well. So it felt like that bench role was something that really suited Killian Hayes. Now, I'm going to play his exit interview for you guys, and then I'm going to speak on that afterwards. A lot of good information here. Play the clip.
Seen from you that's really impressive. He said just your change in mentality, whether it's the aggressiveness and just kind of walking with a little different pep in your step and feeling comfortable here. When did that switch for you? Or has that always been the case and it's kind of showing now, or has it been a flip this year?
I just talked about to coach about it. Just really following my instincts, having that don't care mentality about either missing shot or making a mistake. Really just following my instinct, just play with confidence.
For you, what's your approach to the off season? What do you anticipate you'll kind of focus on going into your third season?
For me, it was just playing this off season, just playing a lot of basketball, pick up ball against other NBA players, getting used to the one-on-one game, playing without a set play, and just hooping. Really focus on my three-point shooting and the mental aspect of the game.
Is that just like getting in the gym and just getting the reps on the threes? Is that the thing, or is it a particular footwork thing or something you want to do with that?
Obviously I'm gonna talk to Coach Beeline about footwork. That's he really been onto me about it. But it's really just reps, really making sure every time the ball leaves out of my hands, I know it's going in. Not having it's short or anything like that. Just building that confidence. Just shoot until you get comfortable, really, and you build that confidence.
Do you feel like we talked about your defense your rookie year and how we kind of just see that was something you'd be able to hang your hat on? Do you feel like you took another step in that regard this year, as kind of asserting yourself as a guy on the defensive end? I can do this, and I can be like the head of the snake.
No, yeah, for sure. Especially with getting to know more the people you play against. Especially with the scouting and getting used to it. Something I got to improve is like stop reaching, and we be fouling a lot. So I think as a team, as a whole, we need to focus on like having our hands back and playing defense more with our bodies.
Killian, you played 26 games last year, more than double that this year at 66. Did this feel more like maybe your first season or last season, just given that you played most of the season, you're able to go uninterrupted and eventually find that rhythm?
Nah, definitely just playing like an entire season just healthy without any injuries just felt good mentally. Knowing that my hip is all good and healed. Also, like I felt great during the season. Like I was in great shape the whole time. So it was just a good feeling to have this like one season under my belt.
There was a lot of speculation about how you and Kate would fit. I don't know if you ever wondered that, but over the course of the season and the time you got to play with them, did it kind of come to the focus for you how you and Kate can help each other?
Definitely. I talk about me, like, especially when K's handling the ball. That's why the shooting aspect comes in. Because, like, when he handles the ball, like, when he passes it to me, I gotta be ready to shoot it and, like, knock down these shots. So that's why this summer I'm going to focus on catch and shoot and, like, playing off the ball. And, like, I think we play well together. He's a great player, great offensive player, great leader. And, with Sadiq hitting it, also Isaiah shooting it great, we're gonna do great things.
Yeah, so Killian Hayes, he said that he wants to go up against other NBA guys in pickup games. He wants to improve his off-ball shooting so that he can be a better fit around Cade Cunningham. And then something else before I move on to my next point is that he said he's been speaking with the coaching staff a lot. He's been asking John Beilein how he can improve his three-point shot. I love to hear that. If that's his plans for the offseason, I'm definitely all for it. Now, the next clip that I'm going to play for you guys is his new workout footage. Now, it's very, very short. I believe this was taken from a live stream. It's only between 5 to 10 seconds, but you get to see him shoot the three ball and then drive to the lane and make a layup. Play the clip.
Yep. Oh.
Now, I will say that I would love to see him use his right hand a bit more because there's no reason why in that scenario when you're driving to the lane that way, you should be using your left hand. That doesn't really make sense to me. We know that Killian Hayes is left-handed and we know that he has struggled to use his right hand a bit in the NBA. So I want him to use his right hand more, but besides that, it was cool to see him train, especially hearing Anthony Davis. He said that he hasn't touched a basketball in the past 5 months. So it's good to know that Killian Hayes has been out here training. We know that since the season has ended, actually, the Pistons team as a whole, him, Cade Cunningham, Diallo, Stewart, all of these guys have stayed in Michigan and have been training. It's good to see, man. And that's basically everything. I believe that Killian Hayes, he has all the tools, IQ, he has the height, defense, he has a good mentality. He basically has everything except an offensive game, offensive consistency, and needs more confidence. So I just want Killian Hayes to continue to work so that he can be a key piece for the Pistons in the future. But Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 5K, and I'm out.